Hey honey bun, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you beauties, my beginner makeup routine, and all the products I use. Everything is linked in the description box below, so let's get into this beat. I'm starting off with a clean face. I just use my regular cleanser and moisturizer, and now I'm going to start with my eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I use the Morphe Definer Dual Brow Pencil and Spoolie. And then I also use the Duo Lash Adhesive to slick them down and get my brow hairs to lay flat. Now, as a disclaimer, my eyebrows take me the longest to do. First, I brush them upwards and out towards the edge of my face. Then I start filling them in and getting a nice natural line on the top and bottom of my brow. And just make sure you get your arch. Now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. concealers in the shades Deep Chestnut and Tan Walnut. Tan Walnut is the lighter shade and the Deep Chestnut is closer to my skin tone. I shape my eyebrows with the Real Technique Definer brush or RT313, and I'll be using the Tan Walnut under my eyebrow and the Deep Chestnut above my eyebrow. I'm trying my best to follow the natural arch of my brows without making them too thick because that's not my vibe. Next, I'm just blending out that concealer so the lines are not so harsh using the Ulta Flat Concealer Brush number 30. Do y'all see how that's blending? I mean, come on now. Come on. Follow these tips and tricks and you're gonna get a nice flawless finish. So after looking in the mirror, I decided that the left one looked a little bit thicker than her sister on the right. So I'm just refining them and just trying to make them look more like cousins using the same technique that I used before. Yes, ma'am. Using the same flat concealer brush and the lighter concealer in Tan Walnut, I'm going to be priming my eyelids for eyeshadow. So you just want to pat the product into your eyelids. Then I'll begin to blend that out with the Real Technique Medium Shadow Brush or RT308. As a tip, when I'm applying a new product, I'm almost always blending it out to get rid of the harsh lines. Next, for eyeshadow, I'm using the Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette. I'm a neutral girl for sure. I'm showing you a glimpse of the colors, but mainly I use Booked, Boo Bear, and Cinnamon Roll for my look. I'm building the booked color on my lids, meaning I pack this color onto my eyelids about 3 times using the Real Technique smudge brush or RT332. Then I use the Real Technique Defining Crease Brush, or RT304, with the eyeshadow Boo Bear on top of that, and I blend it into the crease of my eyelid. Sometimes I'll add the little cinnamon roll color to darken it up a bit too on the outer edges of my crease to get a little smoky eye thing going. Now let's get into this face, my favorite part. I use these 3 e.l.f. primers to prime my face. First, I mix the Hydrating Face and Mineral Infused primers, then I go back in with this Power Grip Gel. The first 2 primers are great because they're packed with vitamin E and other minerals to boost your complexion and hydrate your skin, while the Power Grip uses hyaluronic acid to moisturize and smooth your skin. Plus, keep your makeup in place so that it lasts longer. Now that we're primed, I'm going to move to my foundation. I use these 2 Maybelline foundations in the colors Cappuccino 340 and Coconut 355. This foundation takes me way back. It's a great drugstore foundation because it's lightweight, mattifying for the oily girls just like me, and leaves you with a natural finish. Also, very important note, I use the flat concealer brush to basically paint my face so that I'm not using too much foundation and it blends into my skin. I'm using 2 foundations to get a nice close match to my natural skin tone. And yes, girl, you're going to bring that foundation past your chin, down to your neck, so that you're not 2 different colors. After I paint my face, I use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist to set that in place. This mist is perfect because it gives you an even application for your makeup, and it's also infused with vitamin E for that radiant finish. If you have a fan, this would be a great time to use it, but I don't, so yeah, I use my hand. Now I'm going to use the Real Technique Expert Face Brush, or RT200, to pat that foundation into my skin and really get that melted into my face and neck. And remember to spread that foundation into your hairline, your neck, and also your ears. We're looking good. Okay, I'm gonna spray my setting mist again and let that dry, then pat down my foundation a little bit more with the same brush. Next is contour, and I'm using the Maybelline Super Stay Active Wear Liquid Concealer in the shade 70 to contour my cheekbones, my forehead, and my nose. This concealer gives you a full matte coverage, and on top of that, it's lightweight and resistant to sweat. The Curve Flex applicator is the best part as it makes it easier to contour your face with. Next, I'm using the Real Technique Essential Crease Brush, or RT310, for my nose contour. And you'll see me transferring product as I see fit from my cheekbones to my nose. Also, pro tip, you want to blend the nose contour up into your eyebrows. Next, I'm blending my cheek and forehead contour with the Real Technique Soft Sculpting Brush, or RT450. You honestly want to blend this upwards on your cheeks, but I didn't do that, so just do what I say and not what I do. Now for the blush. I used the Milani blush in the shade 02, Rose d'Oro, and it's straight gorgeous. It's richly pigmented, blendable, and buildable so that you're able to have variety when it comes to your beat, whether it's subtle or bold. I used my Real Technique Tapered Cheek Brush, or RT449, and lightly patted the product from my cheekbones up to meet the creases of each eye. When I'm shaping my nose, I draw a long streak from above my eyebrows down to the tip of my nose using the Tan Walnut shade of concealer and my flat concealer brush. And I flip my flat concealer brush on its side, that way I have more control. Then I use the same lighter shade concealer to carve out each side of my nose to get that slimming appearance. And I also applied it under my eyes in a triangular shape like this. Make sure to get under your eyes and flick the product going up towards your eye so that you get a lift. I also used the Skin Tone shade concealer in Deep Chestnut for around my mouth, chin, and forehead. I used my beauty blender with a bit of spritz to blend all of the concealed areas until I was content, making sure to keep the product in its place and not spreading it out too much. Then I used my Real Technique setting brush, or RT402, to further blend it out. On this part, I used the Real Technique Medium Shadow Brush, or RT308, to blend out that harsh line on my nose. Now we're going to set this in place with Laura Mercier's setting powder in the shade Honey. This translucent powder helps to maintain your makeup for up to 16 hours while blurring imperfections, reducing shine, and giving you security with zero flashback when taking photos. In this video, I used the Real Technique Deluxe Crease Brush, or RT300, to pat the powder in the areas I applied my concealer. I added it to all the areas except around my mouth. While that sets, I finish my eyes with some of that cinnamon roll eyeshadow on my lash line using the Real Technique smudge brush or RT332. I applied my lashes off camera using the I Envy Mink 3D lashes in the style 01 along with this Maybelline mascara to blend my lash line with the falsies. Now I'm just sweeping the excess setting powder off of my face with the e.l.f. Cosmetics Flawless face brush and going in with the same brush I used to apply my foundation to blend it all together. I'm using Juvia's Place Bronze Duo palette in the dark shade to go over my contoured areas, including my forehead and cheekbones. I love how this product is soft matte, buildable, and it gives me that nice sun-kissed glow while adding warmth back into my face. For highlight, I'm using the Milani Baked Highlighter in the shade 120 Champagne d'Oro. This product enhances your bone structure so well and it blends seamlessly into my looks. I use the Real Techniques fine liner brush to apply it in each corner of my eye for that nice pop. I also use the Real Techniques medium shadow brush or RT308 and I added the product above the blush and bronzer, at my cupid's bow above my lip, and also at the tip and the bridge of my nose. Okay, on to my lip. So I used the LA Girl liner on my lips first, a little bit on the bottom, and I realized it was a little bit too dark, so I went over that with the NYX lip pencil in the color brown and lined the natural curvature of my lips. Next for my lip, I applied the LA Girl matte lipsticks in the colors Sultry first, then Barely thereafter. I really like the matte lip a little bit better, but in this video, on top of that, I added the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Fortune Cookie. And lastly, I'm pulling this look together using my setting spray. Now it's time to give y'all these ankles. Thank you for watching.